Hey everybody, this is Cha Cha Mystique, and you now tuned into Live at Radio. Today we're gonna tackle on a viral moment that's circulating these mean internet streets right now with Love and Hip Hop New York's own Phresher and his fiancee Jenn. Now let me give you a quick Phresher upper, no pun intended. Back in 2018, Fresher met a young lady who he was supposed to manage, and $60,000 was uncounted for. It made its way to Love and Hip Hop, where that whole drama played itself out. But as we know, it's still some unresolved issues. So 2 days ago, Fresher and his fiancee Jenn went viral, had a viral moment on this season of Love and Hip Hop New York. And it was about her wanting a $500,000 wedding. And Fresher defending the situation and states that he rather invest that money as opposed to spend it on a wedding, and he suggests City Hall. So they had a debate back and forth and exchange, and the internet went crazy about it, right? Everybody took in and gave their notions of what will be affordable, what will be wise, if Fresh is right, if Jen is right, to the point where they took advantage of this opportunity to make more money. So, but the regular intimate people wasn't the only ones who felt some type of way about the situation. Jada Blackwell took to her social media and still requesting for her money. She's still asking for that 60 G's. So we're going to get into that quick viral moment so you can see what happened. But before we do that, we're going to do our intros, our disclaimers, and we'll be right back with it. And I hear them say, and I hear them say, and I hear them say, I hear them say, and I hear them say, when they should be saying. Disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. So strikers, no strike me. Yes, strikers, no strike me. Now, before we get to the viral moment that just happened a few days ago, I kind of want to give a little backstory. Before this pandemic in February of 2020, while they were in the middle of the season 10, I had the opportunity to have Jen on my show. Now, before we went, her PR advised me, not to talk about specific women as part of the show, and come to my knowledge and finding out that they later on played that whole thing out. So I'm pretty sure everything that I was going to ask already revealed themselves, and I kind of want to give you a refresher, no pun intended, course about what transpired back in 2020. Yeah, so she came on my show, we spoke, but that night when I came home from the studio, I received a DM on IG from Miss Jada Blackwell, requesting to be on my show so she could have the opportunity to tell her side of the story. And I'm pressed. I cannot be biased about the situation. And if she's requesting it, I must oblige. So I obliged her request and had her on my show the following week, where she was able to give her side of the story without any biases or anything like that, which we will showcase both those interviews. Now, this is exclusive. This is the first time I'm showing or release both interviews because, like I said, these interviews took place February of 2020 in the middle of season 10 of Love and Hip Hop New York. And a week after, probably within that same week, everything was shut down, everything was locked down. Nobody knew what was gonna happen. And everything like that. I'm pretty sure the shooting Love and Hip Hop itself took a standstill, and we was all waiting what was going to happen when everything was so new. So at that time, I didn't feel the need to truly, put the interviews out. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of got in a little emotional debacle, because of the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm pressed. I'm doing the job, period. Only thing that I could do is present the information as tasteful as possible, but it does exist. And I think to be fair to everyone, we have to give people voices. I mean, if we're censoring people or stopping people from telling their side of the story or whatever that case may be, we're no different than Bill Gates fact checkers and all these technocrats who want to silence people because they're actually telling the truth. And with that being said, I want to get into this clip of what went viral 2 days ago with the scene of Love and Hip Hop with Jenn and Phresher discussing their potential wedding, and how much it will cost and what both of them want from each other.
To be somebody's wife.
$250,000. 200,000. The type of wedding you want, that's how much it costs. We're gonna invest that. My job as a man is to hold the household down, and she hasn't worked in years. I'm not spending $250,000 when I'm not doing it.
So you have no plans on getting married?
I have plans on getting. Let's go to City Hall.
I'm not a City Hall. Stop saying City Hall, because about to get left. Like, I'm telling you right now.
At the end of the day, I love you more than life itself. But you gotta be easy with all this.
Love ain't enough. How long you plan on being broke?
All that we're broke. Out your mouth. That's not broke.
Too much.
That's smart.
Broke people behavior.
That's smart. All right. Listen, you call it broke. You know what I'm saying? Leave and see what your gonna be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's what happened, and it went everywhere. It went hell of a lot viral. It went so viral to the point where Jenn felt the need to respond to the bloggers, and because people did weigh in. Some people were saying she was a gold digger, and what Phresher was bringing to the table is actually smart, whereas Jenn, her stance is she deserves it. She been through the mud and back. I kind of agree with her on that, especially knowing not everything, but understanding how there were infidelities, how there were a lot of hiccups and different things like that, how she supported him before he was a Phresher with a PH. And with this clip, she says that exactly. And even in our interview, she says that, which we're going to watch a little bit later. But yeah, she took back to the mean streets of the internet and stood 10 toes down on what she said. And it was almost inspiring because, even though she says what she says, you see that she believes in her man, that he can make it happen and then some. So here's the clip. Hold up, let's get to the beginning.
Has something negative to say. Let me explain something to you. If you had a motherfucking man that you know that can make it happen, and you ask for a motherfucking wedding of your motherfucking dream, and he sit there and start talking this investment shit, when you done fucking seen him blow bags of money, okay? Now he want to talk this investment shit because I'm asking for my motherfucking wedding. Bitch, are you dumb? And as far as me working, what the fuck? Y'all think y'all watching me on television for free? I don't fucking think so. So let me handle my motherfucking king as I choose to. Because I know what the fuck my king is capable of bringing to the table, right? I know. I ain't no new bitch. I've been with Phresher before Phresher was motherfucking Mr. Phresher with a PH. I've been through the ups and downs, through the mud. Okay? Started from the bottom, now we're here. Okay? So don't fucking be so concerned. If you're so concerned, go fund me, bitch.
Go fund her if you so concerned. And she actually set up a GoFundMe if you check her Instagram out. But I kind of like the fact that they're maximizing this opportunity since, the cameras and the light and the viral moments is on them. They got new merch. They're having a competition on whose merch is gonna sell more. And I guess these was is gonna go to the wedding. But right after she had that moment, Jada Blackwell, the woman that was sleeping with Phresher throughout 2018 to 2019, and there is a real question about $60,000 that was supposed to go towards her career. She suggests, Jada Blackwell suggests it was going to other things, and even possibly Jen getting her body done, a lot of stuff like that. So, I kind of want to play this clip, but I really don't because it got like music in the background. So I'm gonna put it on screen, but I'm gonna read her caption to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna read her caption to it. So
Let's try to give a little.
hold on. So she writes in her caption, I just want my money first. I pray Yahweh bless y'all with the $1 million wedding, but y'all gonna pay me first. I'm gonna keep being annoying, and it's going to be a few more surprises too. Feel free to tag them. So she want all the smoke, all of the smoke. Like I said, you can find this on Jada Blackwell's. As you can see, um her at is right there on top. You can go to Jada Blackwell's social media Instagram account, and you can see this message is still up there. It's just it got music in the background, and I want my money too. Shit, fuck that. I need to monetize my page. But and then she got, she did a little jab to Jen. She wrote in this caption on screen, "See, been out the projects for 2 weeks. This your first time having central air, and now you want 200K wedding. Can't make this shit up. I'm so childish. LOL." So that was the response to the viral moment of the debate of whether or not they should have a $500,000 wedding. She took a jab at her saying that, she's just out the projects, which, at the beginning of Jen's whole career with this Love and Hip Hop situation, that was her tagline, Project Baby, and things of that nature. So that's where she got it from. But yeah, so we're going to go back in the hands of time, and we're going to play Jada Blackwell's interview on my show. Like I said, I didn't release it. This is exclusive. So this is the first time it's being released to the public, and you're seeing it right now live with Live at Radio. And like I said before, for those that's just coming in, back in February 2020, in the middle of season 10 of Love and Hip Hop New York, Jen came on my show. I had the opportunity to interview Jen, which we will play her part of the situation a little later. And immediately after, Jada Blackwell contacted me so she could have her opportunity to tell her side of the story on my show. And to explain how did 60 G's turn up missing when it was supposed to be her investing in her career through the guidance of Phresher. So I didn't release it before because the pandemic happened probably that week or the week after. And, it just didn't make sense. But now that we're faced with this situation and Jada is responding to it, I noticed that a lot of people in her comment section wanted to know what really happened. And I got it. So she explains everything, and we're going to get to it right now. Wow. Yes, did I say it right? Did I say it right?
Yeah, Jada Blackwell.
Jada Blackwell. Yes, that sounds like your whole government.
Yeah, somebody else's government because it ain't ain't mine.
Oh, well,
Oh,
okay,
good,
good,
good.
I
good.
borrowed it.
Yes, girl. So you got a lot of stuff surrounding you. We need to get to the drama 1st, then we're gonna get to the music because
Okay.
you actually a dope artist. Like
Thank
I was
you.
listening to some of your music, your visuals is impeccable. Like you really got something going on because a lot of people in the industry now they don't have or they're not put together like you. But let's get to it. So if those that don't know, she is currently on this season's Love and Hip Hop New York.
Okay.
And she's the infamous, I want to call it the $60,000 chick. With
All right.
Phresher, with Phresher, you know, God did. So what the fuck happened? Like, what happened?
Well, basically, what happened was, I met Phresher out at a nightclub or something. I don't know what I was doing there. I was invited. Somebody invited me there, and then I don't know. He ended up on my Instagram.
So he
followed,
DM'd you.
yeah, he followed me, and it was kind of like, like liking pictures, this and that, that and that. And then, like, I just left it at that because at the time, I just was busy doing my own thing. And then eventually he hit me up talking about, oh, I have some business opportunities for you. I just want to, kick it to you, let you hear what I got going on. I want to make you a star. I see you have great potential. He said he saw my videos or whatnot. He said he really thought that I could be a big artist. So that's how it all started. So
Did you know who he was when he contacted you,
I
or you
didn't.
didn't know?
I mean, I knew because I had went to a club and that's where I had met him. And I
Okay.
didn't know that. I never put the face to the song though, like the wait a minute song. I
Okay.
never knew it was him. So eventually I was like, oh, that's this guy. But again, I didn't care because like we both had the same amount of followers. It's not like I was, how his girl said I was clout chasing. That was never the case. It's like we both artists. We both, you got your song, but I'm still trying to make it. So he had knowledge in the industry. So that was the only reason why I was like, all right, maybe this person can help me get to the next level. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so you agreed. So how was
Mhm.
the meetup? That first meetup,
The
what was
first
that like?
meetup, he just like sat down with me and you know what? It probably was my fault how it all started because the first meetup was at my crib. I was like, all right, you in the area, just come to my crib. We can sit down and talk. And maybe he was just like, I don't know, this girl look like, she different than the girls that I'm used to, like she got her shit together, she looking comfortable, whatever. So he probably did see like, all right, something different about her. But we just talked strictly about business. It was a cool meeting. He presented to me like, oh, I have some beats for you. Let me, it started off with the beats and then it started off with us writing a song. And then like, we really just started getting straight to business. And, we never signed a contract. We never got into paperwork or anything. It was literally just, let's work together. If you get to the bag, I'm gonna eat. We just gonna eat. We gonna try to work
So did he try
together.
to like propose it as you're my artist, like how
Yeah,
he's doing on Love and Hip Hop now? Because
pretty
that's like this
much.
thing, like with Janaski.
Hmm.
I don't know why. I'm sorry with Janaski because you're dope. But like with her, he came into the show presented. Oh, this is my artist.
Yeah.
So was that the same kind of thing for you?
Pretty much. Like I was basically his artist. He was developing me and
Oh, without paperwork?
yeah, without paperwork.
Okay.
Yeah. So but I made sure that I kept emails and that we did everything via email so that I would have those hard,
Well, that
copies.
is, contractual. You
Yeah,
can use that
exactly.
in court as
Yeah,
well
that's
because
okay.
it's
Absolutely.
time stamped,
Hmm.
and all of that. So at least,
Yes.
something was, So
Mhm.
then I know it wasn't $60,000 worth of beats. Like,
No. So what happens was there was a breakdown of what everything would cost. And he's like, this is a pay to play industry. If you pay, the less people can take from you once you do, make it. So I'm like, all right, cool. Cause I want to own my own work. I want to own my publishing. I want to get my point. I want to make my money. I want to be independent for the most part because at this point I can. If I don't need a label right now, let me just try to do it the independent way. So that was our deal. Like, all right, cool. So he's telling me music video costs $10,000. Um, we got to do photo
music
shoots.
videos, ten
Yeah, I
thousand
mean,
dollars.
music
Who
videos
was
really
that?
do be
Hype
expensive
Williams is
though.
doing your
Not at all.
Jesus,
Let me tell you that I'm gonna break this down for you.
please
So,
do.
music videos was supposed to be $10,000. Radio spins were supposed to be another 10.
Pay to play?
Yeah,
Oh.
But that's what he said.
I'm
yeah,
just making,
hmm,
clarifying,
yeah, exactly. Um, um, so I said, yeah, again, like photo shoots. Something else was 25. Then publicists, like all kinds of different things that came up to 65,000. I have the emails, I have everything. So,
He was telling you publicist is another 10,000.
No. These are just how things were adding up. Like,
Okay.
I have the email to break it down, but like, it specifically says this is 10, this is 10, this is 25, this is 5, and then the whole
Wait,
total
I'm
comes to
sorry. Just to be clear,
65.
$10,000 for one video,
One video. Because we were having influencers
Damn,
in
Phresher,
it.
like that's
And you supposed to
oh
come
my
out your
God.
pocket with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Like most
which
artists,
is not out of pocket. Now it the play to play thing is correct. Like especially a lot of independent artists
no,
now.
it's not correct. But that's the status quo. But it's not correct. You should not have to pay to play it. But anyway, go ahead.
No, not the radio. I'm talking about the music video as an independent artist, because all these artists are paying for their videos. That's
Oh
correct.
yeah, music video, yeah, but not
Yes.
to play the
No,
video
and
on the
but
radio.
people do pay to get on do interviews like what you're doing now. So and then the publicists, I do get all that stuff. So a lot, but I think it was like overcharging. Like it was like almost you know.
I don't know what
10
it was
G's for
because-
one fucking video. You
but-
could have got like at least 5 videos out of that.
But people who are talking to me were like, the numbers are not, it's not like the numbers are really wrong. Like some people have big budgets for videos, you know what I'm saying? And we had influencers in the video. So at the same time, I'm trusting him because I'm like, all right, like if you're breaking it down like this, it's making sense. So I'm guessing that I should just keep my mouth shut, trust you, and go with the flow. And in the meantime, it's like we're together almost every day. We're conversing, we're getting to know each other, we're getting really close. And so there's no reason why I shouldn't trust you. You know what I'm saying? So it became, all right, I trust this person. I'm gonna pay this money. And I paid the money within a month. So
did you have to pay him as
I gave it to him.
No, but did you have to pay him a fee on top of everything else
I
you
mean,
had?
that's not never what we agreed or what we talked about. The plan was, listen, Jada, we're gonna get you a hit song. You're gonna make mad money. I'm gonna get a cut of that money. And that's cool with me. Like you have the connections, you know the people. You're the one putting in like a lot of the work to even get me discovered as I'm thinking. But that ended up not being the case. So had he done it the right way, we could be chilling right now, making money. I could be doing performances. You would not. We're both taking an L right now because if you had just believed in me and done what you said you were gonna do, because I truly am a hardworking woman and a good artist, we both could have been eating.
And you smart too, because you said conversing. A lot of people would have just said,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
That's a big thing too. All right. So when did it get romantic? Because you say it was professional. You was paying for things. So where did the lines blur? Because it wasn't so straightforward like that.
I drown myself in my work usually when I'm having like life stress. So at that time, like it was right after I had gotten out of a relationship, and this person comes along, and I did think he was attractive, and I did think like we had great chemistry, we had a great bond, and it wasn't like I was dealing with anybody. So it became like, all right, he was flirting with me, we would flirt back and forth, and it became like, I rock with you, I really rock with you. And that's how it all happened. I mean, it happens all the time. Like, I mean, it is what it is. Men and women are attracted to each other, and shit happens.
Well, did you know he had a girl when that was?
No motherfucking idea. And I'm not even that kind of person because I believe in karma, and I believe in
he never was like, oh, I gotta go get my kids. Oh, I gotta cut this session short because I gotta go drop the wife off somewhere. It was never that type of situation.
It was more like, I can't stand her. I would never be with somebody that tries to put me on child support. But it was also, I have 2 kids, so I have to be present, and I have to take my daughter to school, and I have to do certain things. And I'm cool with that because at the end of the day, like, who am I to be an insecure woman and think that you're doing anything else? You're with me all the time. So clearly you can't be with another woman because if it was me, it's not happening that way. So
you think they was like on a break or something, and then he was dealing with you?
I think she admitted that they weren't together at the time. So I'm like, why is there all this animosity towards me? I mean, people date guys with children all the time. Like, you're really upset with me because I was dealing with someone who I thought was single and just had 2 kids. Like, I just don't understand that. Like, you have so much animosity towards me when I'm the one that got taken advantage of. Like,
yeah.
what's the deal with me?
Plus, you was dropping that bag. So
yeah,
you dropped the 60 racks and like
exactly. Because I don't believe 10,000. I mean, who the fuck was producing these videos? Hype Williams? Like, you must have had like who? Like, I want to know who in New York though. Like, come on.
This is the kicker. Come to find out, I'm like, why are my videos taking so long to get done? Why are my edits coming back not the way we spoke about? Why is everything being so unprofessional? I'm a very professional person. I'm very anal about everything. So if I say something is gonna do happen a certain way, I expect it that way, and I get it done that way. So when things were not happening that way, I start getting anxiety. I'm like,
Make
no.
sure you're talking to Mike.
Okay, so I'm like, no, I got to start being more active because I'm letting you handle everything and it's not working out the way I would handle things. So I start contacting people. Like, listen, you got paid $5,000 just the videographer alone. This is not including the influencers or whatever. But I'm like, you got paid $5,000. Why is my video taking over a month to get back to me and edited? Like, why are you moving so slow? You got paid. He's like, $5,000. My nigga, I got $500.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
$500.
I wasn't ready for that. Like, damn. So
$500 to
My bad. Now I just want to say $500 compared to the so-called 10 racks. Like you should have videos for a whole 2-3 years. I'm just saying. Let's get back to it.
record my video. So I'm like, that's why my
damn,
shit
man.
taking so
That's
long.
just crazy.
And that's why you're doing the bare minimum with my edits. And I'm like, was a waste of my time. Like, then I didn't even love the song. You trying to force me to be a rapper. I don't want to be a rapper, but I'm so ready and I'm so like waiting for my moment that I'm just like, whatever. I'm gonna
So
try something new.
what did Phresher say when you made that discovery? Because I'm pretty sure you brought it to his attention.
No, I called that nigga right away. All I got was a dabba dooba, a shoe bop, a wop, do like nigga, say something. Like I know that you clearly have been fucking me over, so keep it a stack. What did you do with my money? It's like, yo, like I'm gonna need don't be contacting people and this and that. You gotta understand, like, like these are people. I don't want nobody looking at me crazy. He was like,
but see that, but then you on Love and Hip Hop, and already people look at you crazy, and it's not even due to you. It's the Janoski situation, and like people starting to see the truth of about you, and it's just crazy, and I'm sorry you had to go through that. And I know it must have been what. So like, how long ago was it? Because we in the new season, so
this all happened the end of 2018. So the summer.
Oh, so it's recent.
Yeah, pretty. Like a little over a year ago. But like the summer of 2018, like that's when we were working, and then by November, that's when everything. Because my birthday, he threw my birthday for me at this club called Le Souk, and
so he was like acting like your man too, because throwing you birthday parties and shit.
Absolutely, on my yacht party. Like he was legit involved in everything.
Was he like taking you out to places with your arm, like you on his arm and stuff? Like
absolutely, we did everything together. So it was like to see how he's acting in front of the world now. I'm just like, you really trying not to get kicked out the house or something? Because this is not the person I knew. I don't know who this person is. I really do not. Like, and I don't feel any type of way airing out all his business now because you really did me dirty and you took my money and you made me never want to do music again. You made me go into a deep depression because not only did you take my money, but now it's like, where do I begin now? Who do I trust now? Why do I even do music? I've been doing music for all these years and the same thing keeps coming out of it. I keep trusting people who fuck me over. Why did you really have to tell me that a video was costing $5,000 and then just use me to pay your own debts? You know what I'm saying? And then smile in my face and literally like I can't explain to you. I cannot explain to you how madly in love this person acted when it came to me. So you're just gonna take my money and then like disappear and then pop up out the blue. I had no idea he was even on Love and Hip Hop. I had no idea. So I'm like, you getting checks, you getting new jewelry, you getting new cars. By this time, I had already blocked him because you stole from me, and I'm waiting for you to make payments.
No, the Love and Hip Hop shit is new. This is this season. Yeah, he never was on Love and Hip Hop before.
Yeah, no.
So he didn't pay you your money back?
He made one payment. And after that one payment, I think that was for me to be quiet and for me to just give him time. And it was always like, oh, I'm gonna make payments. I'm gonna. You just gotta give me time. I don't got it right now.
Yeah, I was just about to ask, do you think that he got it? Because he probably broke.
Like, I think that he could not really have it because I know a lot of his like jewelry was like lent.
I just want to pause right there with the broke situation or whatever the case may be, because I didn't ask that question to be malice or try to play Phresher or anything like that, because I'm in the music industry, and I did agree with him earlier when it was proven that he was like, you gotta uh play, pay to play. And that's kind of true with independent artists. Since, see, the difference is, back in the day, you had record labels giving advances and doing different things with new artists that didn't have the money. And with this new age, you don't have that anymore. You don't have that safety net or that cushion under you. The bad part about that is they recoup that money, and you start to see artists become broke, or they go through bankruptcy, different things like that, because they were on borrowed time, or at least borrowed money. And sometimes the music and everything like that doesn't pay back what was put into it. So now we in the independent stage where everybody's paying their money up front. You have a lot of rappers right now who do have 9 to 5s that are funding their careers. They're taking that money and investing back into their craft. So I'm not trying to say that he's broke, like he ain't got it and he's homeless and stuff like that. Broke like in he's got average money, you know what I'm saying, and doing the damn thing. And that was often a saying with a lot of reality stars, how all of that stuff is a front, like, and that they don't even get paid much to really do it, unless they like one of the front heads, that the storyline is mostly about. So, I just wanted to put that out there. I wasn't trying to play Phresher to say that he was broke and things like that, but he probably wasn't broke to the point where he's homeless, but he didn't have it to pay that 60 G's. And with that being said, let's go back to watch.
him, or like, I don't know, the person Lux, whoever makes his jewelry. I don't know what agreement they have, but I'm sure that he wasn't paying for it, because he even said it to me. I even think he even said it on the episode. But like stuff like that, and then like, having his deal with Monster. I don't know if they gave him the car. I don't know what happens, but like the only reason I ever even check your page is because, my nigga, you owe me money. So I don't care about your life.
Oh, and another thing, we see that Jen brought that to the effect. You know what I'm saying? Niggas, you broke. That's what she said. And I play that again later on in this live, but she brought that up as well. So I thought it was just kind of funny. And I almost said it in the same kind of tone she said it. But let's get back to it.
Style. I would never have anything to do with a man that stole from me and betrayed me and made and put me in a situation that he put me in. So the fact that people really think that I care about their relationship and who he's with, I don't. You're a bum.
You think she was in on the money taking, like probably in his ear about, because I mean sometimes that can happen too. It could be like a game or
Right.
whatever between them, because on the episode you was trying to hint as, like, as he was taking her money, your money, her body was changing. I think you said
Right.
something to that
Yes,
effect.
exactly.
So do you think that she was in on it, like telling him, to
I think
stroke you a little bit
no, I think
so
that
they
she
could
really
eat?
didn't know about it until I started contacting her. He's a very secretive person and he's very good. He's like a con artist. I think that those were things that he was doing for her to keep her quiet too. Because you're not coming home. You're probably causing mad drama at your house as well. So, all right, let me start paying these bills. Let me let you go get your body done. So I can like keep you quiet while I'm dealing with this other person. You get what I'm saying? Some
Mhm.
women, you're able to keep them quiet and like make peace in the house by just showering them with certain things.
Now I just want to say, especially since hindsight is 2020, Jen don't come off as being a quiet chick. Just saying.
But you showering her with things that you can't even afford. You're doing that with my money. Had you basically, I fixed their relationship. She should be thanking me, because bitch, he couldn't afford to fix shit in the projects. He couldn't do nothing for you. He literally had to take from me to fix your relationship.
That's probably why she so have so much animosity towards you,
Yeah,
because she know the real.
Yeah.
right. Like,
And then not only that, you also got to take into consideration playing devil advocate,
yeah,
not sides.
okay.
I think a lot of that aggression that she does have with her, even in her name on social media, comes with the pain. Because I'm pretty sure you're not the first woman he done this with. And when she was here, she was like, "Oh, these bitches," like plural, like if this is a constant reoccurrence in their relationship. So I mean, I feel for the both of you women, because y'all being played by this one man who is being exposed to be a clown at the end of the day. I'm sorry, Phresher, but that's just the way judging based off the storylines, based, and not just yours, the Jenna Ski storyline. That was the first clown shit, you know. So just based off this situation, you know what I'm saying, you don't look too good. And then even trying to get this guy back with what's her name? It's gonna come to me. My mind is all over the place, but with even with that whole situation, it still was. It's not that you just taking his fucking with her out of spite, where he's fucking with her because he sees potential and actually doing shit for her to make her career. So I don't know, Fresh. I wasn't really that much of a fan of your ass any fucking way. So I mean, I feel for both of you women, because I feel like both of you guys are the victim to the lies, to the games, to the manipulation. And 60 G's, bitch, what my I need a job. Like, you got 10 G for fucking one. I was like, where the fuck she work at though?
Cha-Cha, you didn't tell her we charged 60 G's an interview? You didn't tell her that?
I need that.
All right. It was nice meeting y'all.
No. We talk about it later. We figure it out.
But I know a lot of people are curious, like, where did she get that money from? No, like
a lot of people were saying, because I got a 9 to 5, and that you was the talk of the motherfucking thing. Like, we was like, where the fuck she get bread like that from? It's like that to get to this nigga,
right. So that was another reason why it put me in a stupid situation, because not only did I deplete a lot of my savings, I also got help from an investor as well with part of the money. So now, you know, I'm planning on becoming the star and paying back, you know, whatever extra money that I received. And now you fucking up my connections, you know, that I have going on. So again, it's like you're by doing this, by being so like greedy and just taking and not keeping a buck, you're really putting me in situations that I don't have to be in. Had you just kept it a buck and just said, listen, like.
So, but how did the producers of the show find out about you? Like, how did you end up being on the show a part of? Because you were part of his storyline. So how did that come about?
Well, because again, I gave him his space. I believed that he was gonna pay me, and again, we like hung out every now and then. We had conversations. We had little meetups. Like, all right, what's going on? Because I was on him, but I wasn't like, you know, I was on him. I'm just like,
shit, don't make a excuse for that. You want your bread.
Exactly.
Run me my bread. I want my shit now. I want my money and I want it now.
And I felt like I was being very, 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 very nice. And you're really taking
fuck being nice. 60 G's. You be nice with $10.
Don't get me wrong. Like, we fought. You know, I done chased him up
there's
in
no
Brooklyn.
legal ramifications you're going after. Like,
well, now, I mean, you know, you're gonna have to watch the show and see what's
you
going
gotta stay tuned.
There's more.
There's more.
There's a lot more. But yeah, like I was on him, but I was still like, all right, because of the relationship we had before, I'm gonna trust you again and hope that you have respect for me and you are gonna do what you have to do to make those payments.
Girl, please don't do that.
I'm not. I mean, you know, that's what I was thinking before. This is the year. This is when it happened.
See, so I don't want to give advice.
Yeah, no,
because I would have outside the mic, girl.
Girl, who you telling?
Who the fuck trust?
Let me tell you something.
What?
I have made the reason I got on the show was because I had reached my breaking point.
But did the show approach you? Like, how did they find out about
me.
it? Oh, because you was already on him and shit.
So after I gave him his chances, I like, you know, I wasn't bothering him and stuff like that. But then, I wasn't following him. He was blocked. But eventually, my friend sent me like 2 pictures of him. Like, oh, you got new jewelry, you flossing, you and your baby mom back together that you told me you couldn't stand so much, you hated. Where's my money? Like, where really is my check? So I'm like, fuck that. He don't got no respect for me.
Or at least the proof of where the money went. Like,
Nothing.
It was nothing to show for.
So I just started blasting emails, blasting pictures, going in on him on my Instagram.
And that's how she found out.
Pictures of clowns. No, because I DM'd everybody she was following or following her.
Wow.
I DM'd everybody and I sent them pictures and I said, this is what's going on with your friend's baby mom or whatever. I mean, baby father. And I'm gonna need y'all to try to let her get in contact with me. I didn't give a damn.
To play with.
But I don't give a fuck, because if you was a nigga having this issue with another nigga, you would have been done off somewhere. You would have been in a fucking lake. That's
Whoa,
really
But since
true.
you're a woman,
allegedly,
Sorry.
y'all trying to
no, she
provoke
got
her.
a point there. She got a
I was
point
fucking
there.
nice
No
And
amount of
now,
money
she got a point
equals to
there.
somebody being licked. We just
No,
go.
nobody's saying that. But that niggas would
Niggas
think
Yeah, I understand
twice.
what
like
she's
that.
saying,
Yeah,
but
niggas that think twice
yeah.
to do that shit to another nigga unless
Thank you.
you
That's it.
know it was a lot going on
But
to
that's
where
what
you
these
saw
record-
that he was
that's what
fooled.
these record companies is doing. Like you see the shit that last week with Puff and Mace going back and forth about the
Yeah.
splits and all that.
But nigga,
so
he's not Puff, and you supposed to be managing or
Puff
making
wasn't
something.
always Puff. Puff was used to be Sean Combs.
Even
Puff.
if
He
I'm
wasn't-
giving you 10 G's, even if you are paying $500 per, it should be more than one video. We should have a fucking calendar.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna shoot this day. This is the video budget,
Yeah.
and with this
the proper
$10,000,
paperwork and the splits
we're
and
gonna
how everything
have
is broken down.
5 to however how many videos within this $10,000. It should have been something to show for it. So when I go look up Jada to prepare for it, not saying I
Right.
don't see it,
No,
but just
but that's the
you
truth.
know,
Yeah.
I could have, she got
Yeah.
visuals. She got a whole fucking EPJ with a K, whatever the fuck that shit's called, a bio or something. There's
Right.
this, there's that. There's all these different pieces together. You have you do got mad pictures, but there'll be other pictures, you know, with different photographers and stuff like that. It should, I'm not saying the 60,000 was wrong because you do got to pay for yourself in this industry. That's just a fact. Anybody who thinking you just putting your shit on SoundCloud and that's it,
Right.
no, it
Nah,
takes a
right.
lot more to it. You got to pay some bread. You got to grieve some palms to get a little shine. That's a fact. That wasn't
Right.
the lie. The lie is, all right, fine, I got to pay this money. All right, where is it?
Right.
Where's the publicist? Where's the radio interviews? Where's this?
He had me paying for his publicist. That's another thing I caught on. So I'm going to events with him and I'm thinking, okay, this publicist is my publicist too. Because he's telling me, all right, this is the budget for the publicist. Whole time it's his publicist and I'm a +1 everywhere we go. So I don't, how is he getting paid? Like you got me helping boost your career as well. You probably owed the publicist money and used my money and then made me a part of like, all right, you know, I'm paying you, but I got this artist I'm working with. Let me just bring her along. Introduce her to some people.
Took scamming to a whole different level.
Whole nother level.
That's that Brooklyn shit. God
That's what I
damn.
said.
I was thinking
That's
that the
that
whole
Brooklyn
time she was
shit.
talking about. I didn't want to pigeonhole people to the.
I
but
love
yeah,
you,
all right.
Brooklyn.
I'm glad you came back because I want to get to some
Hold on,
music.
time
Yeah,
out,
yeah.
time out. I love you, Brooklyn. But y'all know y'all be on y'all bullshit. You know, there was a time in New York history where you better fucking bolt down your chains. They'll fucking even take your eyebrows from you. You know, I've heard Brooklyn calm down a bit, but dude, you know, I'm from New York, and you know, when people speak of Brooklyn, you better tuck everything, you know, hide your kids, all that shit. Love you, Brooklyn. We
Lighten
need a
this up,
break.
man.
I need to
Yeah,
air
man.
this shit.
That
I
call
don't
is
know.
monopoly up
Because the
and
shit
God
is thick.
damn.
And shame on all the men out there who take advantage of young artists. Like, it's so
And the females too. I'm
disappointing.
pretty sure it's females out there doing it
Bitches
too,
ain't catching
man.
licks like
Come on
that. That's
now.
a lick.
What?
God damn it.
Bitches probably catching the biggest
G's.
lick. Like they gonna have it.
Niggas work 9 to 5 and don't see that type of money a year. Are you
Shit.
kidding me?
That's
And
crazy, yo.
supposedly good jobs.
And she sitting here calm, cool, and collected.
You know?
Like shit.
Talking about you DMing. I would have been running up on hoes
So yo,
twice.
the bounce back is good though. At least she's on Love and Hip
That's
Hop.
what I'm saying. And I'm a very, very, very I'm like,
But if she didn't spend the 60 G, she probably wouldn't be on Love and Hip Hop right now.
But
So
and
it
that's what
kind
I'm
of
saying.
worked
Like,
out.
yo, let me tell you something. Every bad thing that I've been through, it kind of like ordered my steps and gave me knowledge and helped me to like progress. So a part of it was like, yo, when I was thinking about doing crazy shit, I'm glad that I didn't because, you know, I would have been in another predicament instead of being on a TV show, getting exposure. And then now my next thing is I want to bring awareness to shit like this happening to women who are just trying to make it. Niggas go into the studio, they make their music, they're not flirting with, they ain't got to flirt, nobody's asking them to go out to eat after, they're not trying to get in your pants. Niggas just make their music, go to the studio all night, have a good time and go. Women go to the studio, it's like a whole nother like, so what you about to do after? Oh, bring your girls. Oh, do this, do that. You know, like it's never like just a professional thing.
Yeah, that infamous green couch. Another green couch.
Like, have you ever? And obviously you have. Like, and it's so sad. And I mean, I can understand the Me Too movement in this situation because I'm so Like I think they be doing a little bit too much and don't be worried about the right shit sometimes. But you know, as women, we especially black women, because I think if you was a white woman, they wouldn't be doing no shit like this to you either.
Right.
They be giving you top notch service, which is another thing of me saying shame on you, because as a black man, you supposed to, especially this Black
Protect me.
History Month, fuck
Right.
that. As a black man, you see a black woman, a black young woman coming up, you supposed to want to teach her. Adam, like you want, even if you want to get religious and biblical, Eve came after Adam.
Yeah.
So naturally the woman follows the man's lead. You leading me nowhere. And actually causing pain and you know, suffering and circumstance where it should be he should be building you up, as
Right.
opposed to knocking you down, and then have other women knocking you down in the
As
result
well.
of that. You know. Let's get into, are you ready, Skate? Okay, while he's figuring that out, so you do you like how you being portrayed on Love and Hip Hop? Because I know it got to start off rough so we could get the situation. But do you feel like, because we know there's more episodes to come? Do you
Right.
feel like you getting enough shine on the show in order to express yourself, and it's
Well,
not just totally about Phresher?
Well, honestly, there were some things that kind of like frustrated me because one, they haven't put my real, they just put Jada. You know, how people gonna find me as Jada? You know what I'm saying? Like, how are producers or anybody that does want to give me a chance or does want to, you know, anybody that wants to work with me, how are they supposed to find me if you guys are not even properly promoting me? Everything that the only reason I'm on this show is because I went crazy on Instagram. Y'all showing the groupie slayer Instagram, but y'all not showing everything that happened. So y'all don't even know, people don't know how I got on the show. So you know, it's like I could be getting more exposure, but that wasn't happening. And then the scene where he and I are going off in the studio, so much more was said, so much more was done. And I actually was singing my song in the studio, and my I thought that my song was going to be played on the show, but I had to wait to see the episode and see that not only was I not tagged again, not shown, not, you know, my handle wasn't put on there properly, but they also didn't play my music. So it's always a surprise. And it's just like, damn, I can't get a break.
You
Like,
can't. But did you express your concerns
I
to them?
did. I
Did
recently
you put
did.
it in writing? Maybe you gotta
I
white
recently
people
did.
that shit. A lot of
Mhm.
people be making fun of white motherfuckers.
Right.
They be writing letters and getting shit
Mhm.
done. Maybe them
Right.
letters will work because it's
I just started
documented.
being a little more vocal. I just started talking to
Put it
more
in writing
people.
too.
Yeah. And you know, just getting certain people involved so that I'm not taken advantage of, because again, like, I got to start making moves even to help the next person that's trying to come up and is having the same issues as me.
You think the
So,
show is downplaying your
I
situation
think
as well?
so. I think that, like,
Because I don't want you to. I like you. I don't want them to. You look like the crazy
mhm,
side chick type of thing. I
right,
want them. And they need to get out of that storyline too,
oh,
because it's
right,
annoying. Like every fucking person has a side chick except for
like,
Papoose. Like, come on.
crazy.
Yeah. So
Crazy.
y'all gotta get
And
out
I
of
was
that.
never nobody's side chick. That's the crazy thing. Like, you got people commenting and saying, "Oh, she should have known." Like, I should have known what? Like, what should I have known? I never knew this person was in a relationship. Do y'all really think that I'm gonna give somebody who's in a relationship money for no reason? Clearly, there was some understanding within this business relationship, and it just happened to go a little further. But again, I didn't really like how I was portrayed. You know,
Were you
I
in
was
love with Fresher though?
at the time when we were dealing with each other, I did love him. And that's just me being honest. Like, it was really a deep thing. That's why
So
I'm like,
how did
why do
y'all
y'all
break
think that I
up
was a
the
side chick?
the situation? He just stopped fucking with
Oh,
you?
nah, that's the thing. Like, if a man steals from me, you think I'm really going to try to keep him around? You think I'm really going to try to
Oh,
keep
so he
dating
started
him?
disappearing when you
No,
started
I told
realizing
him
about the money?
when I started realizing about the money, I went off on him. I said, I'm done working with you. I can never trust you. Give me my money back. Everything is cut. Everything is canceled. I don't want to do
So
any
y'all
more
was still
business.
romantically
Yes.
involved until you found out
As
about the
soon as that
money.
man told me I paid $10,000 and he got paid $500, I said, "You're done. Like, I don't want to ever see you. You will never even like sniff my armpit ever again. Like, you're a done deal. I will never ever ever be romantic with you again." And that's exactly, I'm a person that keeps my word. That's exactly what happened. So I have emails saying, "It's not over. I miss you. I love you. I'm gonna keep sending you flowers every Friday." I have so many emails of him pouring his heart out to me. So the world is seeing this girl that, like, it looks like she's, you know, trying to sabotage his relationship when really I I left that man. That man didn't leave me. Why are people not comprehending that? Like, somebody stole from me and really played me out and made me like lose my whole drive to be a singer. Why would I really want to be with this person? Why would I be chasing him? Why would I be caring about what's going on with him and his relationship when you basically tried to ruin my career?
Yeah.
I don't
Stop
want
it
that,
before
man.
it really
Like,
started.
yeah, I cut that off instantly.
Now the song we about the video we about to get into, was that a part of the 10,000?
No, that was a song. I was doing music on my own. I write my own music. And when we were working together, me and Phresher, I let him write and I let we would write together and whatever. But other music, all the other music that you see, that's all music that I did with my producer in Jersey. His name is BI, so shout out to BI. But we did all our music together. He was always a super dope friend. He always was about his business. It was never
Did
any
you
funny
ever come
business.
up off 60,000 with him?
No, because I didn't have the proper like.
No, but you shot this video. This was before Phresher, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
This
And that
video
looks
was-
like a $60,000 video.
That was literally me and my boy Mitchie. We were in Miami first. I don't know. I was in Miami doing music with this other guy from Jersey. And then Mitchie was like, all right, let's just do an iPhone video. That's an iPhone video.
Get the fuck out of here.
Mitchie, yeah.
You ready, Skate? I want everybody to see this iPhone that was actually somewhat sensible without trying to fight.
Another, well, I mean, yeah, that's again, you're gonna have to tune into that to find out.
I tried it.
But like,
Tune in.
yeah,
Tune in.
Tune in every goddamn Monday.
You want everything, huh?
Goddamn, I
Yeah,
want
you wanna get
everything.
the scoop-a-roni.
Yes.
Goddamn.
Yeah, because I seen the fucking next time, and that was real fucking aggressive. I'm like, oh, this is spicy.
Yeah, I
It's
can't
like
give
the
it
young
all.
and the restless, the young and the moneyless. Goddamn it, because the bitch want her money.
For real, that's all I care about.
Yes, yes. Do you think if he was to apologize and give you 60, your 60 back, maybe even with interest, would you give him a shot again at your career or even in the romance department?
Never in the romance department. I have a man now that I'm very happy with. I'm very secure with. He basically
That's
got
right.
me here today.
You got him to whip his ass. Did you be like, baby, go get that nigga?
What you know this violence, man?
What?
I'm with
Black
the
history
I'm not
month.
saying
I don't
saying
care.
gun violence. Nobody ain't got to die.
Violence is
I'm talking about a
violence.
little wash up, just a little wash up,
He'll
Wash
wash that
yourself?
ass
just a
up.
little wash up.
Let me tell you,
Nigga need to get cleaned out these streets.
I keep it so cute. Trust me, that's the
Little
situation that
wash
could
up
happen.
don't hurt nobody.
But me and my man are literally king and queen. Like, we ain't got
Hold
time
up,
to
I
mess
gotta, I gotta say this. Listen, I'm not advocating for any kind of violence. I don't want anything happening to Phresher, his lady, or even Jada and her family. You know, since then she had a beautiful baby and moved on with her life and different things like that. I would have never, don't want anything happen to them, especially given the fact that Phresher was attacked at one point in time. So, I just want to put the positivity out there. But I'm sorry, 60 Jesus calls for ass whooping. I'm just saying, back in my day, that's what it would have been. But, different strokes for different folks. And we got to get back with it.
baby. Like, we don't have time for that. Like, he is my everything, and I would never fuck up what I have right now to even entertain that situation.
You
This
said
would
the
never-
projects twice. He's still in the projects?
I mean,
No,
you've seen the
that's
show.
her tagline.
Yeah,
Project Baby.
Oh,
Remember
okay.
she was saying that?
All right.
Yeah, that's her
Yeah.
tagline.
So, I mean, you and Project Baby be well. I'm not intimidated whatsoever, like, about that situation. My situation now is better than hers has ever been in the 20 years that she's been with him or whatever. So that's never gonna happen. No romantic relationship, and as of right now, we can never be friends again because of something that happened recently. So again, tune in, and you're gonna see what happened.
Especially since 2018, I want my bread. Give my
That's
bread.
it.
Give my bread,
He
yo.
lucky I ain't strong like him, or I'm not a man, because he wouldn't have no teeth.
Did you ever try to settle it in courts though? Like take him to civil court or small claims court and be like,
She know I'm a. You know what I'm gonna say.
Judge Judy.
Oh,
and
Judge
all that.
Judy, get
I
Judge Judy
wish.
on his ass. She'll
Yeah,
talk.
man.
What?
I wish that I could tell
Judge
you what's about to
Mathis, too.
happen.
Calling him a
I wish it
crackhead.
We
was.
wish too. That's what we
Bring his ass
asking.
on.
Come
Bring his
on.
ass on Judge
Yeah,
Mathis so he can be
You wanna
called the
go drink
crackhead.
that?
Oh, now
Look
you
at
wanna
that.
drink?
Look
You wanna
at that.
drink?
Look
You
at
know
that.
I love liquor.
You wanna
Oh,
drink?
shit.
Oh, we got bottles. You
No,
wanna
now
drink
y'all
that? You
wanna
wanna
offer me
drink? You wanna
liquor?
drink?
Okay.
So Judge
Tell
Mathis
y'all
could call him a crackhead on TV. You should do that.
Right. I know that would have been funny, right?
You said the
Uh-huh.
video
You a
cost
crackhead 'cause you
10,000,
acting
but you really
crackhead.
spent
That
500.
sound like some
That's some
crackhead shit
to
right
me.
there.
I
That's
know
some
that.
crackhead shit.
That's an old player
that's
move. I know
exactly
that
what
move.
it is. I've been doing that since '79.
Right.
Yeah, Judge Mathis would have definitely said that shit to him. Yes.
No, I mean, this is my line tonight. You gotta tune in to see what happens. I can't give it to y'all.
All right. Let's get to
And
the
it's
Hold on. Turn up the mic.
juicy.
Turn the
All
microphones off. Leave the
It's
video
juicy.
playing, and then you can
Right.
tell us, right?
All right. Well, we are gonna tune in. Hopefully, after when the season is over, you could come back and explain more in details. So hopefully by then you'll have a new. Are you working on a new project? Like what's going on the music side?
I'm about to start. There's a couple people that I've been in contact with. Again, this stuff breaks you down sometimes, so it takes a lot to rebuild and get your confidence up again.
Yeah, so there you have it. The only thing that's left is the video and a little final wording and different things like that to the interview. But that's basically the gist of the interview. She broke down how they met, what their intentions were, the fact that they fell in love with each other. Now I know all of y'all are gonna say, that's her. She probably fell in love, but Phresher, had a different agenda. He didn't love her or anything like that. And that is far from the truth because as you saw during our interview, she kept telling us to, tune in to see what happens next, that they did have a conversation. She also alluded to a lot of things being cut out during their shoot of their interaction of them discussing the 60 G's, which did air after this interview. So
questions.
here we go.
Am I a trick, as your baby mother said? Am I a trick?
The way you went about this whole situation.
Yeah, because I ain't have no choice. I told you that I was going to let you pay me when you're ready, and then instead, a year goes by, I'm not getting no payment. Posting pictures that you live in your life, you getting new cars, you getting new jewelry,
You
whatever
want
you
no
doing with her. I don't care anymore. I just want my money.
We can figure something out on a number.
We got a video for 10K.
5K, 25K, 10K. Yo, I can't even remember this.
So if I'm gonna settle, you're paying 40K for my pain and suffering.
But I think, all right,
Hold up. You know what I'm saying? Because now I don't think that was a smart thing. I don't think that she should lowball herself, taking off 20 G's to accommodate anything, especially since it seems as though she was very passionate about getting her money. You know what I'm saying? And there was other times where she was talking about interest. So I think she messed up there because you are on syndicated television reducing the 60 G's that you were initially asking for. And I mean, the good part about it is that he admitted to it, but we're going to still check in. And so you could see that the falling in love part on their end wasn't a single thing with just Jada. In fact, he admits to being in love with her too. Let's watch.
I think 35 is fair.
40K.
I'm not saying you're wrong. You have every right to feel the way you feel. We went and did things we weren't supposed to do. Us having sex. It
Tell me
wasn't
now.
just, you get what I'm
So
saying?
what was it?
We was in love.
Sorry, that was a little bit too fast. But as you can see, Phresher also admits that he was in love with Jada as well. That's why I feel like you can't really mix business with pleasure. It's not going to work, especially when there is money involved, especially at a span of $60,000. You know what I'm saying? I think people need to get out of that mind frame when being in this industry. You can't be having sex with the producers. You can't be having sex with your manager. You can't, unless that was already a thing before you even started. if coming to the situation and y'all just, platonic, is just business, it needs to stay like that, because no good comes out of it. History has told us time and time again it doesn't work well. And no shade to rappers, but I think that's the most horrible thing you should do is date young rappers. Maybe the older legends, when they get into a time where they feel like they settling down and things like that, all right, cool. But young artists really out there getting in the groove, just starting out, just getting into their celebrity and being famous, that's the worst thing you could motherfucking do, is actually be with one. And that's why I salute Jen, because even with all of that, you know what I'm saying? Even with all of that, she stood beside him. She stood by him. She took a lot of stuff that a lot of people wouldn't be able to handle, especially when it's being publicized to the world, but with that being said, she did tell she did tell she did meet with Jada, you know what I'm saying? So obviously it's not like Jada went behind her back to do this interview and everything like that. And obviously she told Jada before, Jada told Jen before coming on my show. So it's not like some underhanded thing. This was new news or whatever the case may be, because on season 10 Love and Hip Hop, when Phresher confronts his lady about the situation, and obviously he was in the doghouse, Jen alluded to the fact that they did converse with each other, and those were the same exact things that she said. And if you don't believe me, here we go with it.
With Jada. That little face right there, I already know he's about to tell me a bunch of bull. You owe that woman $60,000?
I don't really owe her anything. It's the business things that went wrong.
So what is the relationship with you and her?
There's no
Stop
relationship.
smiling, because I'm gonna get really upset.
Smiling.
I'm gonna get really
smiling
upset.
because
I'm gonna get really upset. You got this bitch telling me that you love her and you want to be with her?
she's lying. She's doing everything to get to you.
Answer me!
Listen to
Answer me, bro!
I was telling that girl any and everything to keep her from coming here, DMing exactly what she did. So you know what I'm doing? I'm just trying to get the situation right over here.
Are you dumb? You sitting here telling me in my face you was doing everything and anything to get the situation under control. Are you dumb?
Shorty, you ain't gotta do what you think you trying
to. So, but you think what was you gonna do to get the situation right? Keep visiting the bitch? Keep doing what she said to do? What. If she tell you come over here, I wanna you and all that, you gonna run and go?
Man, come on. I was doing any and saying anything to keep this girl from.
And she was like, I'm gonna hit him. And, rightfully so, which I don't advocate for any kind of domestic violence or anything like that. I really don't. So please, Me Too movement and all you specialized organization and groups, don't come for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll expose how fraudulent you are as well. But anyway, back to the story. So so it's not like it was a secret with Jada and Jen. Obviously Jen was very aware of what was going on, even though Phresher seemed like he was denying the situation, not denying it completely, but not giving the whole exact story, which is kind of understandable. And no, I'm not advocating for anybody to lie, but obviously Phresher chose Jen out the situation. Like I said, these interviews happened 3 years ago. Season 10 was 3 years ago, right before the pandemic, and a lot has transpired. You see on their social media how they often working together, doing videos together, and it looks like a great relationship that they evolved from the situation. Not totally too much, because it seems like they still owe Jen. They still owe Jada her 60 bands, and she wants her money. She is still talking about how she want her money. After the viral moment of the wedding, and Jen wanting the $500,000 wedding, and Phresher wanting to go to City Hall, Jada came out with a response still asking for her bread. And I will read again. I just want my money first. I pray Yahweh bless y'all with $1 million wedding, but y'all gonna pay me first. I'm gonna keep being annoying, and there's gonna be a few more surprises too. Feel free to tag them. So she wants the smoke. She even puts a caption on the video itself and says, "Been out the projects for 2 weeks. This your first time having central air, and now you want a 200K wedding. Can't make this shit up. I'm so childish. LOL." Like I said, I would like to play the video, but I can't because she has music in her background and I want my bread too. Right. So with that being said, we're gonna move forward and get into Jen the Groupie Slayer interview, where she actually talks about being there for Phresher, ever since junior high school, and things like that. Because when you look at season 10, it looks kind of crazy. And she talks about how she dealt with his past infidelities and how she goes about dealing with that situation now. Okay, so without any further ado, let's get to it. Felt like that's needed and loving him.
None whatsoever.
So you think it's like they targeting you? Like, what is it about you that they be coming?
It's not. I'm not only speaking for myself. I'm speaking for all the wifeys out there.
Okay.
And I'm speaking to all the groupies out there in the world. It's not only my man groupies. It's all these little fucking skink assholes. That's what I'm really doing. So I'm the voice for the wifey.
Okay. So you felt like that's needed in Love and Hip Hop because it does have a lot of that kind of characters and relationship issues and stuff like that. Do you feel like it was never represented before?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the wifeys, they just are ashamed to talk about the shit that they go through. Not everybody's perfect. Not all relationships is perfect. Not saying that every relationship you're gonna have to deal with cheating and all that, but you don't have to cheat. Like there's different ways. Like bitches being DMs, like I know you got a wife, it don't matter, and it's just like, bitch, get your own lane. You know what I'm saying? Like
I just want to stop and say that too, because in this recent viral moment that they are having, with the video, she also talks about people being in her DM. She went live, and I was on the live, and she went and was talking about how she know that women are throwing themselves at Phresher, stating, "Well, if she doesn't want to marry you, I'll marry you," and all kinds of reckless, indecent stuff. You women gotta stop that. Like that. I mean, the desperation of feeling for somebody else's lady. And if you see, no matter what the situation may look like, but if you see that there's a history there of infidelity, and now is another situation, I mean, what makes you think he's gonna do you any different? He probably do you worse, because I guarantee you he's not gonna love you like how he loves Jen. Obviously, he does love her at a top capacity because she has always been there, and she gets into that. Let's get it.
and I just feel like I ain't afraid to talk about it, bitch. Like I'm not afraid to talk about it. I'm not afraid to put me on blast, put you on blast, bitch. You wanna go there, we gonna go there.
What is the worst kind of bitch? Because you have the new groupie bitch, then you have the friends. Oh, but that was my friend, or I'm the sis type of bitch. Then you have, oh, we play cousins, like I know his mama and all this other shit. What's the worst kind of bitch or groupie you ever came across?
Well, the sis part, nah, he ain't got no sis.
Okay.
We ain't doing that. You ain't no sis, ain't no bro, it ain't. I mean, there's none of that because I know where that could go. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not
There's
saying
cougars out there too, so you gotta watch out for the aunties too.
Yeah. What? That's like my nephew.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I
don't
give you
want to
my
hear that.
SSI check.
You know
You know
what
what
I'm
I'm saying?
saying?
We ain't
See,
doing
if
none
I
of
say
that
that
shit.
over, damn I.
Yeah.
We ain't doing that shit. Yeah. So that's my best friend, female best friend. I'm not dealing with none of that shit.
Because honestly, I really feel like, bitch, you was just a fucking jump off. Y'all not friends. Y'all ain't been through no real life issues. Bitches drink Hennessy with your man, or
Yeah.
they had like a little fucking moment on the fucking project bench, and oh my god, that's the best thing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
where does that come from?
Like me and him, we have a long history. Like we went together sixth grade prom. We went together eighth grade prom, and then we made it official in high school. And of course, when you fall in love young, you go through shit. I'm saying we don't really know what love is at the time, and we wound up having a baby very young, teenagers, and we just been holding on. You know what I'm saying? We had our ups and downs, we had our breakups and shit like that, but our love keep bringing us back together. So, from the reason why I'm saying that is because, bitch, I've been in the picture since sixth fucking grade. I know all his friends. I know all his family. You ain't coming up in here talking about you somebody's sister and all that. That ain't happening. Or best friend. That ain't happening.
So what about the artists? Because I know and on the show, for those, I don't think we necessarily said it, but like I said, this is Phresher's lady.
Mhm.
So on the show, he's managing a lot of women acts. So how does that come into play too? Because a lot of people, well, I'm an artist, I'm a rapper, I need Well, I just want to say this before we move forward. Like I said, this interview was previously recorded February of 2020, right before the pandemic, during season 10 of Love and Hip Hop New York. I had the opportunity to interview Jen, the groupie Slayer, and her publicist asked me not to say any specific names because they were in the middle of the season and they want the people to watch how the situation plays out. So that's why I couldn't say Jada or even Janoski, the artist, because of that. But she goes in to explain, and yeah. So, but you get the gist of it all. Let's get back to it. Management. So how does that affect the household, the dynamic of your personal relationship?
It really doesn't affect it at all. Actually, I'm glad that you mentioned it because right now we're about to have, I'm hosting a showcase
Mhm.
where I'm going to be looking for female artists. Because on the show, he was looking to get into an artist, and then I got into it with the artist, and it makes it seem like I don't want him working with any female artists, but that's definitely not the case. In order to win, you have to work with both male and female artists. You got to respect. I'm so big on respect. There's no way in hell you're gonna be mad flirtatious and mad like in front of me. That's just not gonna happen.
Alright.
It
So
will
you
never happen.
you for the ones that's going to work their way up to the top, and not sleep their way up to the top.
Yes,
So there's
exactly.
no green couch in your house.
No, it's not green.
What's up with you on the green couch,
Yeah,
man?
where the fuck is the green couch? What
I
is
used to
it?
have a green
Like
couch too, yo. I used to have
Hollywood, when the producers
another
used
one
to
too, yo.
cast the girls, and that was before the Me Too movement.
Yeah.
No.
I
And
used to have a money
Nah.
green leather sofa, yo.
yeah.
Yeah,
No
58
green
screen.
couch in my house. No knee pads in my house.
So
No.
what? Yeah, so I mean, it's no green couch, but as we could see, he still did his thing anyway with Jada Blackwell, and obviously still owe that money, So, you know, she received a lot of backlash, Jen, after the viral moment that her and Phresher just had, and she received a lot of backlash. So she responded to all the bloggers and the naysayers, people that were calling her a gold digger and different things like that. So let's check out what her response is to all those talking shit.
Explain something to you. If you had a motherfucking man that you know that can make it happen, and you ask for a motherfucking wedding of your motherfucking dreams, and he sit there and start talking this investment shit, when you done fucking seen him blow bags of money, okay? Now he want to talk this investment shit because I'm asking for my motherfucking wedding. Bitch, are you dumb? And as far as me working, what the fuck? Y'all think y'all watching me on television for free? I don't fucking think so. So let me handle my motherfucking king as I choose to. Because I know what the fuck my king is capable of bringing to the table, right? I know. I ain't no new bitch. I've been with Phresher before Phresher was motherfucking Mr. Phresher with a PH. I've been through the ups and downs, through the mud. Okay? Started from the bottom, now we're here. Okay? So don't fucking be so concerned. If you're so concerned, go fund me, bitch.
Go fund me, bitch. I like how she says that, and I like the tone of the bitch. That shit came from the gut. I ain't no new bitch. That shit came from the diaphragm with that one. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, so you seen it all. You seen both sides to the story. Shout out to Jada. I hope that she does get her money. They should just pay the girl her money and move on from the situation. Obviously, she states that she is not letting up, that she is going to continue to be asking for her money. She's still gonna be, not harassing you. I don't want to say harassing you because harassing is kind of strong, but I mean, nobody could not understand that. I'm pretty sure everybody had a point in time in their lives where they were owed money. 60 bands is bread. People die every day off of $10. People stop talking to each other, families separate, all that for $20, $50, small paper. So 60 bands is a lot, and it's totally understandable why she's going through the lengths that she's going through to get her money. I don't think it's a situation where she's trying to come in between them anymore. Like I said, even after February of 2020, I kept following both the young ladies and seeing their progression in all of this. And since then, Jada has been traveling. She's been on Eight at the Table. Shout out to Eight at the Table. I was on Eight at the Table, not at the same time with Jada, but I understand the people who, and I know the people behind it is very awesome people. And so I get that aspect of it all. And she had a baby. I do believe she has a son. We was looking at her during her pregnancy and all of this. So she totally moved on. And I do believe she's married or has been with her significant other, and probably still most likely is with the gentleman. So I don't think it's anything has to do with her trying to be messy or her trying to come in between um Phresher and Jenn, the groupie slayer. And I don't even think she's trying to try Jen's happiness, like how those other broads are doing currently in Phresher's DM. So I don't think it's that case. I believe Jada when she says she is owed that money. I disagree with the fact that she was trying to lowball herself when they did have that meeting on that episode of Love and Hip Hop with just her and Phresher. I think she should add interest because I mean, if it's from 2018 and we already just entered 2023 and February's next month, that's what, like a good 5 years, 5, 6 years. So I'm pretty sure a lot of interest is deserved to be put on there. And it's not even just the money, it's the embarrassments, the headache, is the battle with Jenn and all these different things, So, if she is truly owed that money, which I do believe that she is, run her money. What I mean for me is, why still have that headache with you? Why even have that in the universe like that? Even though Jenn and Phresher seem like they're doing well. They live in a beautiful house. They are currently on this season's Love and Hip Hop New York. I love watching their little skits together and stuff like that. And I love the fact that their relationship has evolved. And I hope it stays that course. I hope, they don't be in a new season and want to act cute now. I hope he honors her and don't further embarrass her. I really want that for her because, like I said, I know what it is to be with a man or be in a relationship and trying to stick beside him through the hurt, through the pain, through the embarrassment. I know what that's like. You know what I'm saying? So I could relate to both women. I know what it's like to get robbed, and I know what it's like to be played by someone you love to death. So I understand both ladies, and I want to give both of them a shout out, you know. And I hope they're happy that the way I presented the information, like I said, I had the opportunity to interview both these ladies. First, Jenn came on my show, you know what I'm saying, because we had the same publicists and different things like that. And I was doing a lot of those type of interviews at the time, all the reality shows, whether it was Love and Hip Hop or Growing Up Hip Hop. You'll see that, I interview Flavors Flav's kids. You'll see that I interview a lot of other people, a lot of other young artists coming up, Old Dirty Bastards kids, things like that. So that was the realm that I was in, doing a lot of the reality stars and sitting with them face to face. So I interviewed Jen, and at that time I couldn't really name the ladies, you know what I'm saying, because all those things were about to be played out on the show. So I had to be careful how I present my questioning without putting them in a situation where it would look like they were hiding anything or not wanting to talk or what I have you, because it was to be played out on the show. And after I did Jen's, my show was every Wednesday. After I did Jen's interview, when I came home that night and just checking on my social media, Jada Blackwell, whether it was her or her representative, hit me up in my DM and requested for me to interview her. And so she could give her side of the story, because she felt like she wasn't getting her just due in the thing. And as you saw earlier, she was able to tell the story in a more elaborate way that you didn't get to see on the show. And even though time has passed and the new season goes on, and now they're having a viral moment about the marriage debacle, where Jen wants to have a $500,000 wedding and Phresher wants to go to City Hall. Jada wants her money still. She want, obviously, this is her response that she took to her Instagram. I want to play it for you guys so you can hear what she says, but it has music playing in the background, and I want my bread too. I want my bread too. So go to Jada Blackwell's Instagram and then you can see the video for yourself. Right after she responded to the bloggers, here comes Jada still requesting that she wants her bread back. And, after I never released those interviews. I never released them, even though, I think it was some type of friction between me and Jen. It was nothing too heavy, but I do believe that she did feel some type of way that I sat with Jada, because it was sometimes kind of awkward in a lot of spaces and events that we were both at together. And I mean, it couldn't I don't know her personally, so it couldn't have been no other thing than the fact that I sat with Jada after the fact, you know what I'm saying, that she was in her feelings about the situation, which I could understand her being in her feelings, but when it comes to me, I'm pressed. And whatever is a trending topic, just like this situation with the whole marriage controversy is a trending topic, I'm supposed to speak on those things. I speak on whatever I feel is trendy and whatever I feel like is available to me and what I like and stuff like that. And, I think she did feel some type of way. But, fast forward, but like I said, I never released the interviews because we was in the middle of, right after the Jada situation. I did one more interview, which was young old dirty bastards, one of his sons. I did that interview, and after that, the very next day, it was all shut down. Everything stopped. People was trying to figure out what was happening with the world, and that's when this whole pandemic started or whatever, and things like that. So I never posted the show, posted my interviews. But now with this new situation, I felt like the time is right. The time was right and necessary, especially since both parties are speaking up about the same situation, and that is obviously unresolved. And just so people can have a little backlash, I mean, not a backlash, so people can have a little backstory and have the full explanation, especially on Jada's behalf, because it wasn't mentioned in the show, and I know she's not in this season's show. And while she was on that show during season 10, she felt like she didn't have the opportunity to explain herself or give her side of the story the way she wanted to. So she came on my show and I was able to do just that. So I hope you guys enjoyed all of that. And I want to thank everybody that was tuning in. Now, with that being said, I just, want everybody to win. you know I love the fact what Jen and Fresh is doing with their skits. I love the fact that they took their viral controversial moment and actually put in merch and polls and different things to really market it and get it out there. I love all that's smart business. I love the fact that they're doing that, and they're in competition with each other of who could sell their side of the merch. I think Phresher has his merch saying City Hall or nothing, and then Jen got t-shirts. I'm not no City Hall bitch or whatever to that effect. You have to go on their social medias and go check it out and even buy some if you're interested. And no, they didn't pay me to say that. But, I salute everybody who's actually doing it. So, they evolved from the Jada situation, but not quite to where she's still asking for her money. And Karma's a bitch, you know obviously, and I played it earlier, Phresher does agree that he owes her the money and was trying to reduce the price. Just pay her the bread. Just give Jada her money. So this situation could be put to bed, put to rest once and for all. She got her bread. She can move on from the situation. Y'all did the right thing and paid her back her bread. That's it. Y'all can move on, get married, do whatever it is that you have to do without this thing weighing over your head or weighing on your shoulders and stuff like that. I mean, I think it's time. I think too much time has went by, and this thing didn't get acknowledged or addressed. And I feel like it's time to do that. And hopefully, for the year 2023, they resolve that issue. And with that being said, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. This was another amazing show. And yeah, let me know what you would do in the comment. Do you feel like Jen, the groupie slayer, is asking for too much and trying and being determined about getting a $500,000 wedding? Do you feel like Jada deserves her money back or she got what she deserved? Do you feel like Phresher is wrong for wanting a city hall marriage? I mean, a city hall wedding, because, there's a difference between a wedding and a marriage. And I feel like in this day and age, we're more concerned about the wedding itself than actually being married. That's in normal society. But in this case with Jen and Phresher, I feel like she kind of does deserve the wedding of her dreams, especially putting up with a lot of the infidelities and the backhanded situation and all of that stuff since she was in the 6th grade with him. But I think them giving Jada back her 60 grand, just do it. Just do it. Get it over with so y'all could both parties could just move on. Which they have, but feels like this is the lingering gray cloud. Just get it over with. Just get it over with. I want to thank everybody that tuned in. And I want to shout out my co-host Jig. He's still my co-host. And we no beef happened. No, we didn't separate. But everybody think I'm a conspiracy theorist or right knowledge. He's that, and he's not into social media. He's not into the virtual world. And the last time we spoke, when I'm sitting here trying to get him to come back and do the show, he was like, yo, I appreciate you, because when we was doing the show, we was doing the show in real time. And it's through that experience that I've learned a lot. I went through a lot and I felt free. And I know some people ask me, when am I coming back to the studio? But at the same time, because of the pandemic, it changed the dynamic of how a lot of people are conducting interviews, and I'm seeing momentum here. I'll probably go back to a studio or a location place like how I had it before, but as of this moment, I don't deem it necessary. I don't deem it totally necessary. And when I do go back to a studio, I don't want it to be a normal studio or a normal place to do the same thing everybody else is doing. It has to be out of the box, so different, And I'm thinking about that, how I would produce my show like that. I'm thinking about it. I don't want to give too much because people like to take your ideas and pose them as your own. But, you know, I have been thinking about whether or not I was going to go to an actual spot. But like I said, it got to be different than what I've done it before. I don't want to do no more radio studios. I don't want to do barbershops or beauty salons, which seems like that's a trending thing. I don't want to do that. I want to present the interviews in a way that it was never presented before. And I kind of want to bring something different to the table on top of the interviews. And with that being said, that's what it is. But I love you, Jig. I know you're watching, because every time we do speak to each other, you tell me how you watch every show. So I know you're watching this, and I love you. And you always going to be my co-host. And I have such amazing time. And every time I'm looking at my clouds and I'm going through old video, old footage and stuff like that, I'm constantly seeing the memories that we did share through the pictures that we took. And we have a lot of pictures together. And yeah, I appreciate what you bring to the table. You know, not only was he my co-host, but he would dress me. I will always get hoodies and different things. Every time you see me wear something and it has live at on it or my name and stuff like that, that was Jig. And he's a great artist, a great creator. And I think more people should see his work. You know, I wish he believed in himself the way I believe in him. You know what I'm saying? I think the world needs to see somebody so groundbreaking, somebody who, fuck being woke, is truly alive and conscious. You know, he is definitely a force to be reckoned with. And I just want him to see it. And with that being said, much love to all of you guys. Let's start doing right. Let's start, you know, treating each other better. Can we normalize that in 2023? If you got any debts or you owe somebody something, just do it, or at least acknowledge the fact that you do owe. Start opening up the lines of communication. Let's start. Everybody want to talk about the future, but you still have a lot of things in your past that's not all the way solved. And it lingers and it roars its ugly head when you least expect it. So let's spend 2023 tidying up all those loose ends so we can have a true progressive future and gain much prosperity as we at it. And with that being said, salute. Love you guys. See you next time. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and share. But most importantly, subscribe and hit that notification bell. ChaChaLive.media. Let's get it.